Welcome to 2022 gamers. We had some great games in 2021 on PlayStation 5, but this year is looking much better already. We have some amazing new games coming out this year, and this video will focus on the games coming out during the first months of 2022 that I'm personally looking forward to and will be available for all PS5 owners. Stay with me until the end of the video and you'll have a better understanding of what to expect in the first months of 2022 for PS5. Drop a like, comment and subscribe for more all kind of gaming content. That said, let's get started. The first new title in this video is the Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction. It's a tactical shooter from the Ubisoft Montreal development team. Extraction is a co-op multiplayer game where a team of 2 or 3 players must work together to fight against parasitic aliens called Archeans. The game features familiar operators from Rainbow Six Siege and is focused on team play in small open map sections until all objectives have been completed. The team can also extract at earlier points in the mission area if the condition of the team is bad or a certain desired objective has already been completed. I've actually played the early version of the game in December with another YouTuber called Slightsean. As there were only the two of us in the preview event playing together, the game seemed pretty challenging. With a third operator, the game would have been a bit easier, but the challenge level seems to be pretty high for this game. You really need to focus, play tactical and together to overcome the objectives. Seems a really interesting spin-off from Siege. The game is set to be released on PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Amazon Luna, Google Stadia, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S on January 20th. The next upcoming title is The Dying Light 2 Stay Human by Techland. After a couple of delays with the original release in spring 2020, we are now finally getting this game on February 4th. This is the sequel to 2015's Dying Light, and it's an action role-playing survival horror game featuring a zombie apocalyptic open world set in a city called The City, located in Europe. Set 20 years after the first game and starring a new protagonist, Aiden Caldwell, this parkour RPG adventure is among the most anticipated games of the year. The open world map, which is said to be about 4 times bigger than the original game, is built around 7 regions where the player can work with different factions, gather valuables, search for new weapons, and make decisions that will alter the game world as the player moves forward with the story. Like the original game, this title will feature a 4-player co-op mode. The game is coming out for PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S.
The old ones perished 1,000 years ago.
Next we have a PlayStation exclusive that almost all of us are looking forward to with great excitement. Horizon Forbidden West is the sequel to the critically acclaimed and well-awarded first game Horizon Zero Dawn that was among the best games of 2017 nearly 5 years ago. Featuring a massive open world of a future post-apocalyptic west coast of the USA, this game is perhaps the most anticipated game of this year for PlayStation 5. The map is said to be larger than in the first game, filled with secrets from the world of the old ones. The game will feature a multitude of recognizable locations, including a ruined San Francisco and the Yosemite Valley with various biomes. One of the main additions to the sequel is the element of underwater exploration. The game will also feature enhanced melee combat, revamped climbing mechanics and improved traversal options over the original game, freeform climbing and several new tools and weapons. As it was a common theme in 2021, this game was also delayed from the original release window of late 2021 to February 18th of 2022. The game will be available for PS4 and PS5. Next we have the greatly anticipated upcoming RPG Souls game, The Elden Ring by From Software. Sharing elements and gameplay features from the brutally difficult Souls game series, this next title is made in collaboration with fantasy novelist George R.R. Martin, who is best known for the book series A Song of Ice and Fire and of course the Game of Thrones television series by HBO. Elden Ring takes place in the dark realm of the Lands Between. Players must traverse the realm to fight demigods, to find all the great runes which are the shards of the Elden Ring itself, to restore the Elden Ring and to become the Elden Lord. Just like in the Dark Souls games, the gameplay will focus on difficult combat and exploration of the world. The game will introduce mounted combat and a stealth system, with the stealth system encouraging players to be more strategic with each unique enemy they encounter.
The map can prove useful when exploring the world, and is populated by acquiring map fragments. We can use markers to customize the map, such as setting reminders for the location of crafting materials or dangerous enemies.
It has been stated that the customization in Elden Ring will be more expansive compared to previous titles, as players will be able to discover different skills throughout their exploration of the map instead of unlocking skill trees as in previous Souls games. The game will also feature a summoning mechanic where you can summon a large variety of collectible spirits hidden throughout the game's world, including previously defeated enemies, to assist you in battle. And just like in some previous Souls games, this game will also feature a co-op element where you can summon other players to help you in battle. The game was originally announced to be released in January 20th in 2022, but in autumn 2021 it was delayed by 1 month, with the current release date being February 25th of 2022. The game will be available for PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. Next we have a new title in the legendary racing game series, the Grid franchise, Grid Legends by Codemasters. Grid Legends will offer more than 130 tracks ranging from real-life circuits to street circuits in various cities, such as San Francisco, Paris, London and Moscow. For the first time in the series, players will be able to create their own races, including custom routes, obstacles, vehicle restrictions and rules. The game will feature a new type of story mode inspired by the Netflix series Formula One Drive to Survive, called Driven to Glory. A similar story mode was utilized in the F1 2021 official video game. This story mode is said to be more narrative focused with many professional actors. There will be more than 100 vehicles and the game will feature 9 car classes: Touring, GT, Trucks, Drift, Open Wheel, Electric, Tuner, Track Day and Special. The game will be released on February 25th for PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. The next game has been awaited by many of us for a long time now. Gran Turismo 7 by Polyphony Digital. the signature sim racing game on PlayStation platform, ever since the first one in 1997 on the first PlayStation console. This is among the most beloved racing games, and now with the new PS5 platform, expectations are very high. We will see the return of the GT simulation mode, the original and definitive single-player campaign feature. Other classic features are the traditional racing tracks and vehicles, special events, championships, driving school, tuning parts shop, used cars dealership, and GT Auto. From the latest Gran Turismo Sport we will get the GT Sport mode, Brand Central and Discover, and some features will return from GT 5 and 6, the dynamic daytime and weather effects. For the PlayStation 5 version we will have real-time ray tracing effects, 3D spatial audio and lightning-fast loading times, and of course the DualSense controller with advanced haptic feedback. The PS5 version will obviously run at 4K 60 frames per second with support for high dynamic range. The game will be released on March 4th for PS4 and 5.
Darkness washes over the land. Dun dun dun. The Dragon Lord.
The last game presented in this video is the Tiny Tina's Wonderlands by Gearbox Software. It's a spin-off from the Borderlands main game series and a successor to Borderlands 2 Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, released over 8 years ago in summer 2013. Similar to the previous spin-off, the game is a first-person shooter with familiar elements of an action RPG like in Borderlands 2 and 3. The game can be played solo or co-op with 3 other players in online or local split-screen multiplayer. The game is set directly after the previous Tiny Tina's spin-off game, and the campaign is set within the world of a fantasy-themed tabletop role-playing game. In this game, players can create their own playable characters. The game features 6 different character classes, and for the first time in the series, players can mix and match these skills for their characters. The playable avatars have stats which can be upgraded using hero points, and the players have a massive arsenal of weapons to choose from, and also for the first time in the series, players can wield a melee weapon. The game also features the same procedurally generated loot system from the Borderlands series, which is capable of generating millions of combinations of weapons and other gear. Players can also cast different magical spells, and moving around the game world is done in an overworld map. There are random combat encounters and quests that can only be completed in the overworld. The game will be released on March 25th for PC, PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. There you have it, gamers. My 7 most anticipated PlayStation 5 games for the first 3 months in 2022. There are many more games coming this year, such as God of War Ragnarok, Gotham Knights, Hogwarts Legacy and Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. But let's see about them closer to summer, when we most likely have more accurate info and release dates for them. Game on everyone, stay safe, stay healthy and remember to enjoy your games. I'll see you in the next one.